so it's good that it's in front of me.
Everybody good?
Yes. I only eat chocolate.
I'd like to call to order the council meeting of Monday, August 2nd, 2021 to order. If I can have the city clerk please call the roll.
Yes. Mayor Flores.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Tharp.
Present.
Councilmember Noble.
Present.
Councilmember Dugo.
Here.
Councilmember Pierce.
Here.
Councilmember Bousquet.
Here.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Please for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilmember Bousquet, second by Councilmember Dugo. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that motion carries 5-0. At this time, I'd like to open comments from the public for agenda items only. Anyone wishing to speak, please come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, moving on to consent agenda, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the consent agenda. Second.
All right, I have a motion made by Deputy Mayor Tharp, second by Councilmember Noble. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that motion carries 5-0. All right, moving on to our regular agenda. Tonight we have Ordinance 2021-11. We have our first reading. If I can have our city clerk please read the ordinance by title, please.
Ordinance 2021-11, first reading, amending the city's charter without referendum as authorized by Florida statute to adjust the qualifying dates to accommodate the supervisor of elections, providing for severability, the repeal of laws in conflict, codification, and an effective date.
All right, and this is going to be actually presented by our city clerk, Quintella Moore.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This charter change is recommended to accommodate the statutory vote-by-mail requirements. The Supervisor of Elections strongly recommends that each municipality amend its qualifying period so that its qualifying period ends on or before the 95th day before the election. Previously, the city's qualifying dates were no later than noon on the first Tuesday in December and not later than noon on the third Tuesday in December. With those dates, we will be past the deadline and will not be able to get our items on the ballot. So staff recommends amending the qualifying dates as follows: no later than noon on the first Tuesday in November and not later than noon on the second Tuesday in November, so that we will meet all deadlines and all of our items will be properly placed and translated on the ballot. If council has no other questions for me, I do recommend approval of this ordinance on first reading.
Are there any comments or questions from the council?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve Ordinance 2021-11, first reading.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilmember Pierce, second by Councilmember Bousquet. Are there any other comments or questions from the council? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that motion carries 5-0. All right, moving on to board appointments to the Planning Commission, Planning Agency. I have Andrew McHugh presenting.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. There's currently one vacant regular member on the Planning Commission board as of July the 1st, 2021. Ms. Sidel Neustein, resident of Green Acres, has expressed an interest in fulfilling the regular member vacancy. Staff is recommending the appointment of Ms. Neustein to serve a 3-year term as a regular member of the Planning Commission.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the board appointment of Sidel Neustein to the Planning Commission.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilmember Bousquet, second by Deputy Mayor Tharp. Are there any questions from the council? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that motion carries 5-0. At this point in time, I'd like to open comments from the public on non-agenda items. Anyone wishing to speak, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, we're on pace to have the shortest meeting ever. Moving on to our city manager's report. City Manager McHugh.
Thank you, Mayor. Ms. Neustein is here this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. We're looking forward to having you as part of our Planning Commission. So thank you very much. for your interest in being a part of the city of Green Acres. Just a couple of things I have this evening. Our school supply distribution was a major success. The efforts from our Community and Recreation Services Department, we ultimately had over $22,000 in supplies that were distributed at 8 different schools, 8 of our schools here in the city. Wanted to thank PBSO, our fire rescue, and our Community and Recreation Services Department for making that happen. It was really a great endeavor. As you know, we have gone back to some of our earlier protocols related to COVID-19, just based on some of the information that we have been receiving and the numbers going up. So we are requiring that all employees do wear facial coverings inside all of our facilities, and then also asking the public to do the same when they are in our facilities, and we will continue to monitor that and keep the council apprised of anything as it comes up. Just a couple of announcements as far as upcoming events. Unfortunately, based on some of those COVID numbers and just to ensure the protection of our fire rescue staff and then all those that were also planning on attending the spaghetti dinner, we are looking to cancel that August 14th date, but it will be postponed to a later date to be announced. So it will be back, but just based on some of those numbers, based on, we want to make sure that we keep our staff safe and those that we're planning to attend. So we're looking to do that. In addition, a couple of things happening in September, which wanted to just make you aware of, understanding that we're coming up to the 10th anniversary of September 11th. The city is working with the United Way on a 9/11 event at the community center on 9/11/21 from 9 to 11 with the United, again in coordination with the United Way. So there will be more information to come on that. And then in addition to that, the city is going to be hosting the League of Cities Luncheon in September as well. So we will host that, and that will be on the 22nd of September. And if you can attend that would be great. I don't have anything else. Thank you, Mayor.
I do have a question for you regarding that event that we're hosting for the League of Cities.
Yes.
What's going to be the protocol regarding COVID?
At this point, we will have the food separate from and we're talking to the city clerk. We will have the food separate from the area where the seating will be to provide for more seating capacity. In addition to that, I believe the restaurant that we're using to provide the food, or if not the restaurant, we will have individuals serving the food so that people aren't just going up and buffet and serving themselves, to ensure that not everybody is getting into all the food. So that's what we're doing at this point. As things change, other things might change. We're looking that more than likely, as this will be the second in-person meeting. The first is Royal Palm Beach this month. So things could change, but we're following what the league is wanting to do, and we could have a pretty large turnout just based on not having them for so long. So we will work through that as we go along.
Okay.
May I make a suggestion, Mayor?
Yeah, I was going to ask about capacity, and then I'll hand it over to Councilmember Busquet.
I want to say it's maybe 147. I don't know. I don't know what the capacity is. I'll have to check on that. Okay. I'll have to check on that, depending on the numbers we have at the tables. I'll have to check.
Although it's a League of Cities event, I want us to make sure that we're implementing all the safety measures. That
Absolutely.
Thank you. Councilmember Busquet.
Well, I'd like to make a suggestion about the food. I know Pete's Place was doing boxed lunches, and I'm sure other places are, because anybody touching the food is not a good idea. Now, that's my suggestion.
Okay.
Any other questions for our city manager? Seeing none, moving on to our city attorney's report. Attorney Torcivia.
Well, I better extend this meeting. We can't have one this short. Actually, I did want to compliment Andrea and Chief Brian. You approved an agreement tonight with Atlantis. It's actually an 11-year agreement. Normally, when an agreement comes up 10 years, you do it a month or two ahead of time. They're so proactive. We got this one done a year early, so they're locked in to be someone that city can provide services to for another 11 years. So good job, Brian. Good job, Andrea.
Absolutely. Thank you. Any other comments or questions for our city attorney from the council? All right. Thank you so much. All right. Moving on to the mayor's and city council report. I can't recall the last time where I started, so I'm going to start with the deputy mayor, Tharp.
No report.
Councilmember Noble.
No report.
Councilmember Dugo.
No.
No. Councilmember Pierce.
None.
Councilmember Bousquet.
Nothing to report.
And for the mayor's report, I just want to let everybody know on Wednesday I'll be traveling up to the League of Cities. I'll be taking every precaution possible. I will be doing my 4 hours training, required training for is it ethics training. So
State.
I was so eagerly awaiting to go back to that in person. So I look forward to bringing some good information. I've signed up for a few different sessions, so I look forward to bringing that information back to the council. So that concludes my report. Are there any comments or questions? Seeing none, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a second. Meeting's adjourned.